Mataji. Nice to see you, Mataji.
Nice to see you too.
Very cool. Get started. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Yasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ Bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatariणे Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, chapter 41, entitled Krishna and Balaram Enter Mathura. So first we saw how Krishna and Balaram enter Mathura city. The residents were so happy. The women of Mathura were so happy. Everyone is so joyfully welcoming Krishna and Balaram, giving their hearts. Then Krishna and Balaram meet the weaver. Even before that, the dhobi, the washerman, who did not give the clothes, and then he was delivered. Then the weaver, who offered the appropriate cloth ornaments and got many, many blessings. And then comes the third, the Sudama, the florist. And not yesterday, the last session, we were reading a beautiful verse, which is a memory verse also. Tab agyapayatam bhrityam. What is your agya? I'm your bhritya. What is your agya? Kim aham karvani vam. What shall I do? What can I do for you, my Lord? Pumso ati anugraha esha. If you offer, this is your anugraha. Bhavat yan niyujyate. If someone is engaged in your devotional service, to be engaged in your service is certainly a great blessing. This is the mood of service. This is how a devotee should feel when we get chance to serve. So very important verse. We spent a lot of time on this. Now we'll move forward and see what happens further in the Sudama story. Iti abhipreत्य Rajendra Sudama prita manasaha Shastaisu gandhai kusumair mala virachita dadau. Actually, we read this also. The best of the kings having thus spoken these words, Sudama could understand Krishna and Balaram wanted. Thus, with great pleasure, he presented them with garlands of fresh and fragrant flowers. So that's what Sudama offered Krishna and Balaram. Fresh, fragrant flowers. We discussed there are 4 types of devotees or disciples, and the best are those who understand what the Guru, what the Supreme Lord wants. They understand, who could understand without even speaking. That is the top class. And we discussed the example like how a child, when the father comes, the child understands that the father may be thirsty, has come from a long day. Let me give him water without he asking. As a parent, mother, father, that would feel so happy. Wow, my child is so mature, understanding, caring. And this is first class. So we discussed that. Now we'll move on to the next verse. Tabhi swa alankritau pritau Krishna Ramau sahanugau pranat pranataya prapannaya dadatur varadau varan. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Beautifully adorned with these garlands, Krishna and Balaram were delighted, and so were their companions. The 2 lords then offered the surrendered Sudama, who was bowing down before them, whatever benedictions he desired. Hare Krishna. So, what did Sudama offer to Krishna and Balram? What did he offer? Anyone knows?
The
Flower
garland.
garland. Fragrance full flower.
Yeah, fresh, fragrant flower garlands with a lot of love and devotion. And when someone does anything to please Krishna, Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadham bhakti upaharitam ashnami prayat atmana. If someone offers me with love and devotion, I'll certainly accept. And they were very, very happy. They were very delighted. Su alankrita, alankar, beautiful ornaments. Garlands are also like ornaments. Pritau, they were very satisfied. Who all were satisfied? Krishna, Rama, Krishna and Balaram. Saha Anugau, their companions also, Anugas also. And they wanted to give Varada. We went to Kanchipuram recently. Recently means few months back. There is Lord Varadraj, who is known for giving Varad. Krishna, name of Krishna, deity of Krishna. Only Krishna is called Varadraj. Even Satyavrat Muni says, Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Vadimva. Right? He is the best who can give any Vara. And whatever benedictions he desired, he would have received it. Now, we all must be curious. What did Sudama ask for? Anyone wants to know what Sudama must have asked for? Who would like to read? Who is most curious because it's going to come now? Anyone wants to read? Text 51?
I can
Yes.
try. Hare Krishna. Soऽपि vavre achalam bhaktim tasmin evakhilatmani tadbhakteshu cha sauhardam bhuteshu cha dayam param. Translation by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. Sudama chose unshakable devotion for Krishna, the supreme soul of all existence, friendship with his devotees, and transcendental compassion for all living beings. So basically, he chose three main important things: that unshakable devotion and friendship with his devotees. So that's what I think we talk about, the association. And then the compassion, the karuna, what Chaitanya Mahāprabhu taught us. So he asked for these main three things, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you so much. Such a beautiful verse. He could have asked for a multi-million-dollar mansion. He could have asked for, make me the king of Mathura. You're about to kill Kamsa anyways. But what did he ask for? Achala Bhakti. Achala. Mind is chanchala or chala. Chalta rehta hai idhar se udhar. Keeps moving. But achala means unshakable, which doesn't move easily, or steady. Unshakable. That's number one thing he asked for. Unshakable, unalloyed, pure bhakti, which does not move with time, which is not circumstantial. Oh, when I'm healthy, wealthy, then I'll practice bhakti. Abhi I am very busy. Abhi I have no time. Abhi I have to take care of home, family, kids, business, job. That's not achala. Tasmin eva khilatmani, unto who? Unto you, my Supreme Lord. Tad bhakteshu, this is the second thing he asked for. loving, healthy relationships with devotees. Sudama asks for Tad bhakteshu cha sauhardam. Even in this Pracheta's story, the Lord is very pleased when this did the service together. Varam Vrinidvam Bhadram Vo Yuyam Me Nripananda Naha Sauhardam. That word comes there. That Kṛṣṇa is very pleased with the Sauhard, with the friendship. Sauhard means friendship. So friendly relationship with devotees. That's very challenging in Kali Yuga. At least we should have some thick friends in bhakti. I understand we cannot, because of so many things, background, circumstances, culture, language, we may not be able to develop that so hard with everyone. Understandable. We should never hate anyone. It's not practical to have thick friendship with everyone, but at least few, 1, 2, 3, some. We should have thick friendship where we can share our heart, where we can feel inspired, feel nourished, feel loved, feel cared, and vice versa. In that company, we feel we are nourished. We don't feel judged. We don't feel we can be our true self, open up. So that is very much required. And we should try to be that friend also to others, because everyone loves genuine relationships. And if we try to be that friend to others, Krishna will send some in our lives also. And number 3, what is he asking for? Bhuteshu cha daya param. So, compassion or for those who may not be upon everyone, other beings. Those who may not be into the path of bhakti, or they may have some challenges, they may have some shortcomings, they may have some bad habit. We should not say, oh, he's a drug addict, he's a rascal, he doesn't practice bhakti, they are fool number 1. No, that is not what Prabhupada felt. If it was that was his mood, why would he come to a country like America? This is the daya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the ocean of mercy. Great souls like Prabhupada are ocean, they are a sagara. So we should also try to be a via medium to carry that compassion which Prabhupada had, and try to do our best to be a via medium to serve others. Those who are newer, to have this, those who are equals, to develop Sauharda. Those who are seniors, we should take shelter. This is what also Dhruv Maharaj says. So 3 things basically, and very important words. If you feel inspired, you can memorize, or at least the English you can memorize what he asked for. What did he ask for? What are the 3 things Sudama asked for?
Unshakable devotion,
Achala Bhakti, very nice.
friendship with the devotees,
Friendship with devotees. What's the Sanskrit word used?
Sauhardam,
Bhakteshu, yes. Sauhardam Bhakteshu, very nice.
and compassion.
Daya, Bhuteshu. Bhuteshu, Daya, to all living beings. That also means no meat eating, right? If someone is having compassion or on cows, other animals, then how can they eat? How can they harm? So no harm. No harm also means we should not harm. Our speech should not harm them. Sometimes we may not eat meat. That is very nice and gross. But our speech may cause more deeper wounds than killing them, right? words, W-O-R-D-S, sword, S-W-O-R-D. You move the S from the front to the back, it becomes words. Words may cause deeper wound than the sword. So we have to be more careful and daya. We have to be compassionate, we have to be caring and not cause harm to others. Yes, Mataji, we have a hand up.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes, I have a question. So in the kids class, I think we had some context there and they searched about this meat eating and they found out that Pandavas used to eat the meat. And then they started asking me that, oh, so they were eating meat even though they were the greatest devotees. Why we can't eat meat? So if you can just help me with the answer, Prabhuji, because this was kind of little tough for me to explain.
Yeah. So first of all, where did they read this? That Pandavas ate meat, right?
They
Mm,
Googled it immediately. The moment
yeah,
this context came, they Googled it and they were like, oh, yeah, in the Google, it is showing that they used to eat meat.
yeah. So this is the problem these days that Google has become the guru, and so we need to go to the right source because there are a lot of videos, lot of articles, lot of content on different websites and in the internet world, which is not bona fide. That's point number one. So if they're so deep in researching, ask them to figure out that verse in the 10,000 and 100,000 verses in the Bhagavatam Mahabharata. Where is it mentioned? Not in a challenging way. I'm not trying to be defensive, right? That's like my first take. Where because Google is not the best source, especially in matters which are not aligning with Guru Sadhu Shastra, right? If something is not aligning with Guru Sadhu Shastra, we have to get to the source. If something aligns, we may still take it, right? That's point number one. Point number two, some people say this that, okay, Jesus Christ also ate meat. So what's the big deal? Why? And then he says, thou shalt not kill, right? He ate meat, so many Christians say that. But we have to understand now Pandavas had like, one Draupadi, five men and five husbands, and they had multiple wives. Their bodies were, like Bhima, he could fight with 10,000 elephants. Like we are talking of a different yoga, different, their height, weight were totally, what to speak of 5,000 years back, 500 years back, Chhatrapati Shivaji, he would fight with a sword which no person can pick these days. This is just a few hundred years back. So we can't say something, right, which was applicable 5,000 years back and apply it now and say we will just take that element of it. That, oh, Pandavas ate meat, and so I will eat meat. That's not the correct thing. Okay, so Pandavas, killed, so many demons. He would practice day night also and chant Krishna's name and practice his dharma, archery. Can you study full night without break? Arjuna used to practice. He's called, what is the name? Gudakesha. So it is said, fools deride fools deride where angels fear to tread. So something like where angels don't go, but fools go there. So in short, I'm not saying those are fools, but point is, we should not just take copy paste one element, one thing here, and I'll take it in my life. That's point number two. Same with Krishna also. People say, oh, he danced with the gopis, he's an ordinary boy. Many people on the web say that. Google may also say that. ChatGPT may say that. Oh, look, what kind of god is he? He's dancing with the girls. You also dance. What's the big deal? And many people do also, unfortunately. There are so many apasampradayas, so many sahajiyas like that. It's it's So we have to answer logically also that we cannot imitate things blindly. Now, Jesus Christ, maybe he is, maybe, I mean, I'm not saying I don't have so much depth, and even Christians debate that did he or did he not, right? So even if, let's say, he ate, it was a circumstantial thing, and probably there at that situation, maybe in a desert, something, there was nothing else to survive, and he ate, you know. So we can't take someone did something circumstantially in an extreme situation. We can't take that as like their regular life. Regular life. He showed Jiva Daya. He gave up his life, right? Jiva Daya, Jiva Dayam Sarva Bhuteshu. He showed that. But will we take that element of his life, which he did on one day, on one circumstantial occasion, or will he take what he did throughout their life? That's point number 3. If you want to really understand who are Pandavas, you have to see their whole life. No? Let's say, okay, maybe they ate, just for the argument's sake. Maybe they ate. What was that situation? Right? At that time, we know they used to hunt also. Hunt for learning, for the Kshatriyas were allowed to do hunting, deer hunting, etc., but not for enjoyment, but to learn the skills, the archery, so that for a higher cause they could protect when the the evil people would come, they could kill them. That was the goal. Even the Ashwamedh Yagya, all the other animal sacrifices were done in the previous age. Can we do that? People artificially say, oh, it was done in the previous, it's mentioned in the Vedas. So yes, Vedas, therefore, even now the fourth point, yes, Vedas, even if it is written, yes, Puranas, so many things is written, Vedas, even fourth point is the writer, the author himself was not happy until he wrote the unalloyed glories about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Kṛṣṇa. That gave him the real understanding. So for Kali Yuga, the rule, there is no, first of all, scarcity. No one can say, oh, I don't have vegetarian food to eat, therefore I'll eat. Oh, I will die if I don't eat meat, I will die. That's not the case. People are happily surviving, rather surviving a longer life if they're not eating meat. And science has also proven that. We have scientific evidence, fact about cancer and so many other things. So through all these reasons, and with proper empathy, and ultimately, if they just want to give reason to defend their case, then they will get that. But if they're honest and open to understanding truly, then all these points should help them to understand that time, place, situations, things were different. E- Even if they did, like for example, you know, they did gambling, so we can also gamble our wife, right? We can also gamble all our property, right? That's not the meaning there, right? So we have to, what is that? Mahajan, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Abhigya na bhujai. Yudhishthir Maharaj is Dharmaraj. It's very hard for ordinary people to understand the activities of great souls. So we may just take one tiny portion, oh, he did that. But why? When? What was the context? Their height, weight, their understanding, their level of devotion, their circumstances. Bhima, fighting with 10,000 people. What are we like talking about? We can't fight with like 10. We don't like we come on, we can't 10 minutes of exercise, we get tired. 10,000 people he could defeat in one blow. Does that help?
Yes, Prabhuji. Many, many thanks, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone wants to add any thoughts, reflections on the verse or
Prabhu, that was such a nice Dandat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. That was such a wonderful explanation by you. I'm really amazed. All the 4 points noted very carefully. And Prabhupada says that we are negative of vegetarian and non-vegetarian. We are not vegetarian, neither non-vegetarian. We eat Krishna Prasada, rather Prasadarian. And so Garuda also eats meat, so what is the good? Whatever Krishna eats, we take the remnants of food stuff. That's another, I felt like that's another point.
Full point, yes.
Yeah, and if you want, I can.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for adding the Garuda point.
And Prabhupada's audio is right here. I can send the in chat at last 2 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, you can read the next verse as well, 52, and this covers Sudama's story. And that's the last verse also, actually. So let's read this.
Shall I read, Prabhu? Did you ask me to read?
Sure, if you're okay to.
Yeah. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Iti tasmai varam dattva Shriyam chanvaya vardinim balamaryuryashaha kantim nirjagamam sahagrajaha. Synonym and translation, or just translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Not only did Lord Krishna grant Sudama these benedictions, but he also awarded him strength, long life, fame, beauty, and ever-increasing prosperity for his family. Then Krishna and his elder brother took their leave. Purport. We can see a clear difference between Lord Krishna's dealings with the nasty washerman and his dealings with the devoted florist Sudama. The Lord is as hard as a thunderbolt for those who defy him, and as soft as a rose for those who surrender to him. Therefore, we should all sincerely surrender to Lord Krishna, since that is clearly in our self-interest. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 41st chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Krishna and Balram Enter Mathura.
Thank you, Mataji. Any comments here? Any reflections?
I can listen to you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. So happy to have your Sangha on Zoom. And talking about Jivadaya, like I always get reminded of how Nandini Kishori Mataji distributes so many books to so many people.
Oh, Prabhu, let's glorify Bhagavatam. Otherwise, I feel embarrassed to join. Please.
Yeah. So we should also do our part in sharing books and sharing the holy name, sharing the prasadam, etc. Whenever we get chance, or just being a kind friend. People open up. People open up. I was no. We were on Friday at a program, and we met so many wonderful souls there. Very, very nice, inspiring. I just want to share some pictures in case. This was an art studio, and the owner was our friend, opened up the doors to and invited so many people. You see, so many young people were also there. All, pretty much not Indian. They're not, and some people had already left by the time we took picture. It was a very, very nice assembly, and really we had a very nice time. People loved the kirtan, people loved the prasadam, and overall it was such a valuable, meaningful experience. So the world is looking, and we did an icebreaker there, which was very reflective for me. I asked everyone to share the quality they like most in others, right? The quality that attracts them. And everyone shared wonderful qualities like love, kindness, truthfulness, gratitude, humility. So I was thinking, like, and we all also like the similar, right? We're all attracted to the similar things, right? Who will not be attracted to these? And we're all attracted they were all attractive to the mantra, to nice prasadam, to nice meaningful friendships. So we must try our best. And that gives us purpose. That gives us, we feel accomplished, we feel valued, we feel grateful that Krishna used us in some humble way first to cause an impact in someone's life. So the Lord gave him these varas. What all he got? What all Sudama got? We just read. Gave him the varas. What all he got? He asked for 3 things we just read. What were the 3 things? Help me, please.
Achala Bhakti,
Achala Bhakti, unsteady, unshakable devotion. Excellent.
compassion,
Compassion for others. Right. What else? And friendship amongst devotees. Friendship with devotees. So it's mentioned Lord granted these benedictions. So these refer to the 3 we just read. But he also gave something else also. Strength, long life, Shriya, is opulence. To him and his family also prosperity, Vardhanam, Balam, Ayu, Yasha, Kanti. Do you recall these? Does this look similar? For those who are following along the whole chapter, does it look similar? You remember? Lord gave this to someone else also. Who was that? Okay, I'll give you a hint.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yeah, but this chapter, we just read about 3 people here, right? So Lord gave these things to others also. One was the washerman. I'll give you options. One was the woman of Mathura. Then after washerman, the weaver, right? And then Sudama. So Sudama got this. Who else got these from top? 1, 2.
Woman, washerman.
Washerman?
Yeah.
No, washerman did not get because he was
No,
again.
he was killed. He was killed by Prabhuji.
He
The
was
woman.
killed.
Yes, woman, Prabhuji.
The woman.
Yeah.
The answer is the weaver.
We were.
But you were close. W was. Let's see. Um, hmm. Yeah. Pleased from with the weaver, the Supreme Lord blessed him that after death he would achieve the liberation, back to Godhead, and in this world he would enjoy opulence, strength, influence, memory, sensitivity. So you see similar. Shriya, Bala, Smriti. Very similar, right? You see 42 and the last verse is 52. Shriya, Bala, Ayur, Yasha, Kanti, beauty, etc. So, the Lord is the one who gives all benedictions. So, in short, if someone practices Krishna consciousness, जीवन के साथ भी जीवन के बाद भी, they will get great health, wealth, bhakti, everything. And at the end of life, they will get association of devotees together. I mean, throughout, back home, back to Godhead, compassion to others. These are the things. He didn't say that. Did we see Sudama asking for it? He didn't say, but the Lord knows. These are like extra bonus. I think in the Saturday class also, I was mentioning this point at Kant Prabhu's place, Bhagavad Gita. I want to read this verse because Arjuna asked, what's the destination of an unsuccessful yogi? What will happen to someone who tries to practice bhakti, but somehow um, they're not able to fully complete it. Let's read this verse, text 6.40. Anyone? Oh, this is Bhagavad Gita. Chapter is over, so we'll just do some churning. Anyone wants to read? This is the answer to Arjuna's questions. The destination of an unsuccessful yogi. Kya hoga uska? Let's see. Who wants to read? Who's not read, please? Quick.
Can try, Babaji.
I can read.
Yes, Sikant Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji. Thank you, Babaji. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Parthaneveha namutra vinashyas tasya vidyate nahi kalyanakrit kaschid durgatim tatha tata gacchati. Translation by A.Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Partha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet the destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Thank
Right.
you.
So inspiring, is it not?
Yes,
Will
Prabhuji.
not meet destruction in this world or in the spiritual. So this refers to material world. You'll get strength, name, fame, memory, intelligence, beauty, and also get the pure bhakti, achalam bhakti. Narad Muni says, we were discussing this, so someone wants to read this? Yes, Shrama Mataji, we can read this highlighted section.
Yes, Prabhuji. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. On the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything.
Haribol. So what is the goal? What is the idea here? The idea is that someone tries bhakti, like we're all trying. You don't get to the destination, still no issue, no loss. But someone tries, people say, if you practice bhakti, you may not be so successful in material life, your job, and people have some, hallucinating ideas. Bhakti means to give up family, give up job, give up, all those different kinds of things people may think. It's not the case, but Narad Muni says, even if someone fails in material life miserably, but they did spiritual life, they'll get great success. On the contrary, if someone does amazing material life, great degrees, great mansions, great cars, great husband, wife, kids, grandkids, everything good. No bhakti, shramaya vahi kevalam. Manusya janam pai Radha Krishna na bhajya janiya shunya vishikhaim. So all that is futile. So what should we do? We should prioritize bhakti, at the same time balance responsibly our material duties, family, work, etc., but not compromise bhakti. And Krishna will give the intelligence, Krishna will give the right words, Krishna will give the strength. So in this chapter, what all we saw? Anyone recalls what are the key themes in this chapter? We'll do a quick summary to a infographic. Krishna and Balram enter Mathura city. This chapter has 52 verses. The first about 15 verses or so, talk about how Krishna and Balram enter. The Mathura city was very nicely decorated. There were canopies and golden gates and whatnot. Very, very nice. Very opulent. And then Nanda Maharaj, they had reached earlier. They wait for Krishna Balram. They meet. And finally, Akrura tells them, hey, please come to my home. He really invites them. Then he was very, very eager that Lord comes to his house. But Lord said, okay, I will come, but later. I have to, after killing Kamsa, I promise that will come to you later. What was that verse? We tried to memorize text 16 also. Anyone recalls? Was that 16? I believe so. Let's quickly have a look. Yes, Deva Deva Jagannatha Punya Shravana Kirtana Yaduttama Uttama Shloka Narayana Namastute. Important verse. So, Akrura is speaking this. My Lord, please come. Then the Lord says, I will come, don't worry, but we need to fulfill a purpose. Let us explore Mathura for now. We'll come to you. And you go and give the news to Kamsa. He goes and gives the news. In the meantime, Krishna and Balram, along with their other friends, are exploring the city. The doors, the gateways, etc., the peacocks, and so many birds, so many ribbons, flags, nicely decorated. Then the women of Mathura and their joy is explained. They, from text 24 to 31, how they were so honored. They were showering flowers. They're having a festival for the eyes, Netrotsava, because they're seeing Krishna and Balram. One is like white elephant, one is like black elephant with their majestic gait. And then finally Krishna and Balram meet a washerman. He had the golden opportunity to offer something to the Lord. Rather, Lord asked, please give us some suitable clothes. He said, you fools, you are Vanachari, right? You are Girivardhan, you are mountain dwellers and forest dwellers. What are you asking? You foolish boys, get out. These are king's clothes. He was very proud. He did not respect them properly. And we discussed the background story also. Krishna killed him in one go. The end. And with his fingertips, he separated the washerman's head from his body. The Lord had taken a vow in the previous time that he would not lift weapons, but he was not lifting weapons. He could do a lot with his fingertips or chakra, etc. Then he took the clothes, so the clothes were gone, washerman also gone. Then finally they meet a weaver. Weaver was very happy to receive Krishna Balram, very grateful, very joyful, and he offered cloth ornaments like armlet, etc. Nice. Why? And we discussed, Krishna Chakra Thakur mentioned, because they had to go for a fight. Now, golden armlets would not be a good idea for fighting, right? So he offered cloth armlets, beautifully mentioned. So, and then he also, we just read, got many, many benedictions like Sarupya Mukti, joy, opulence, influence, memory, sensory powers, etc. Finally, Krishna and Balram meet Sudama. Sudama offered great prayers, beautiful prayers, that I am such a low class person, but you have come to my place, giving me an opportunity to offer some service. And as we discussed, everyone is unique. Sudama's unique strength was he was expert in flower making, garland making. So he made a beautiful garland, very fresh and very fragrant, offered to the lords, the two lords, Krishna and Balaram, and asked, Tavagya payata bhrityam. Beautiful verse, text number 48. It's a memory verse also. Again, if anyone feels inspired, Text 16 was very nice, easy to remember. Text 48, another memory verse if you feel inspired. Very, very nice. The mood of service is highlighted here. O Lord, tav agyapayatam vrityam, please instruct me. Kim aham karvani vam, what shall I do? Kinkara, I'm your kinkar, I'm your servant. Pumso ati anugrahesha bhavad biryan niyujyate. If someone engages in your bhakti, your devotional service, this is your ati anugraha, great fortune, great blessing upon that person. Sudama was very kind, humble. He did not ask for wealth, health. He asked for three things. Tabhiswa akhe 51, sorry. Sopi vavrecha achalam bhaktim tasmin eva khilatmani tad bhakteshu cha sauhardam. Loving devotion, loving friendship with devotees. Bhuteshu cha dayam param, and compassion upon all living beings. Three things he asked for. Krishna said, Tathastu. You will get that for sure. Not only that, you will get good health, opulence for you, for your family. You'll get all that. So we see here Prabhupada's disciples are mentioning the Lord can be thunderbolt for those who defy him and as soft as a rose for those who surrender to him. Who defied him in this chapter? Help me. And who surrendered? Sudama.
Wasserman defy him, and Sudama surrendered.
And the weaver also.
Weaver also, yeah.
We should all sincerely surrender to Lord Sri Krishna since it is clearly in our self-interest. If we offer something to Krishna, it's not that we are doing, oh, see, I gave a nice donation to Krishna. Oh, I gave nice donation to temple. That should not be the mood. That is not the mood we are learning here. The mood is Nate vidu swartha gatem hi Vishnu. Our swartha is to take shelter of Krishna. इसमें हमारा ही भला होगा. Krishna ka bhala, Krishna is, Krishna is the one who creates mangal to everyone. But if we engage in his devotional service, it is our great fortune, blessing, opportunity. It is clearly in our self-interest. So if we offer something to the Lord with love and devotion, like Sudama, like the weaver, it is for our good only. So, taking shelter of the Lord, doing our best for him in the right mood, in the right consciousness, he'll be happy, satisfied, and we will be very happy. Our family will be very happy. As we see here, not just him, ever increasing prosperity for his family. We don't see about his family anywhere in the picture. We don't see, oh, when Sudama offered garland, maybe probably the family also helped in making garland, but it's not mentioned. But the Lord, Lord cannot see bad to his devotees, his friends, as we just read, right? For my friend, for one who does good, is never overcome by evil. How can, if you really love your friend, you will do best for their family also, right? You'll not say, no, oh, your child is very sick, forget about it. You are my friend. I don't care about your child. So this is the best thing we can do for ourselves, self-interest, and for our family also, to be a good devotee. Prahlad Maharaj, 21 generations liberated. People sometimes say, if your husband or wife or kids or parents say, मेरे लिए क्या किया आपने? You don't have to broadcast or anything, but you say, even if you are reading Bhagavatam every day sincerely, you are giving your family the greatest gift. Whether they believe it, like it, or not like it, Krishna is the one who will decide at the end. Just by reading Bhagavatam, just by chanting, just by offering something to Krishna, you're watering every leaf, every twig. So have faith, even if the parents, are gone, grandparents are gone, we still can offer them the best thing by being a sincere devotee. There is no other better thing we can do. That doesn't mean if they're present, we should do what is practical. Bhakti is the most practical. Yes, we have to give them emotional support, physical support, financial support, whatever is needed, the right time, place, circumstances, to the best we can. But being ourselves is a good devotee is the best thing we can do for them, for all our family members. And a pure devotee thinks the whole world as family. So that's how this chapter ends. Krishna and Balram enter Mathura. We can take some thoughts, questions, comments. The chapter ends here. Thank you so much. Haribol. Any thoughts, any reflections? Everyone should share something. Something really struck you from this chapter, something you really liked from this chapter. Please share it. Anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, so the last verse that I read, that is something that really struck me, that what we should ask to Krishna. And we saw from the example that even if we don't desire, probably Sudama was not desiring the wealth or anything like that, fame or whatever he got, but Krishna felt that he needs it, probably, right? If I am understanding correctly, even though if he was not desiring it, his wife was asking for it, so he may have thought that he needs it and he gave him automatically everything. So basically we learned what to ask and not ask the unimportant things. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please add.
Are you thinking, thank you for, first of all, making such valid, important points. Are you thinking this Sudama is the same Sudama in Dwarka who went with the
Yes,
chip, right?
Prabhuji. Am I okay? Then I had not attended the entire chapter,
Mm.
so probably so.
Yeah, that's why when you said his wife might be asking, so that's how I got the link. So this is a different Sudama. This is not
Okay.
the same Sudama, the friend who was Krishna's friend in the schooling. This is a different Sudama. The names are common, but he is a florist. He's garland maker, malawala. The names are same. So maybe his wife asked or not, that is not mentioned. But yeah, just to wanted to clarify, those are two different people.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Very
Krishna.
well. Thank you for sharing your reflections. Anyone else?
Yes, Prabhu. From the last few classes, I understood the simplicity of devotees, like the weaver and the florist. They are so simple, and like even though they didn't ask for any material, like they didn't ask for any material things after Lord Krishna has appeared in before them, and all they asked is to be like always be in the devotion, and they asked for something spiritual but not material. Whereas the washer who has a materialistic ego couldn't see who is in front of the eyes, like he couldn't realize. uh, from what I thought is like, the more the materialistic ego, the more blinded we will be.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing such beautiful thoughts and the contrasting nature. And that's so true. The greed, there's no end. Probably, it's mentioned here that the washerman had assistants also. He was so attached to his position, ego, pride, and it blinds us. It does not let us to see that Krishna Balram has come Sakshat. So, but the Sudama and the weaver had the humility to understand that their Lord has come. Thank you. Very nice points. Anyone else wants to share anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
So one point, Prabhu, when the Sudama garlands he was offering, he was offering the fresh and fragrant flowers. So in the same way, when we have energy and everything to do for Krishna service, so we have to use our time and energy and strength and opulences and wealth, everything for Krishna service, because we don't know when will we reach that stage that we cannot do anything for ourselves itself. We need somebody's help to do for our daily activities also. So everything we need to offer fresh, not only the flowers, our everything, our intelligence, our mind, our energy, our everything for Krishna, because we don't know tomorrow how it's going to be. So that's one lesson I got it from the garland maker, Sudama. So that's what I want to share, Prabhuji.
Excellent. Excellent point. Thank you so much. The adjectives are Shastai, Sugandhai, Kusumer, fresh and fragrant. It's a beautiful point that the right time is, someone says this, the right time, the best time was yesterday. The next good time is today. Right? We should also have started bhakti yesterday, but Naka, we can't go back, right? But let's start today. Sometimes people say, oh, I wish I would have started 10 years. I wish I would have started like Parikshit in the womb of my mother. You know, that's fine. Past is past, but the next best time is today. And one important point which I also feel like it's not just the age aspect, right? The age is one aspect. Yes, we should offer when our senses are working fine, and old age is certainly hard, challenging, difficult. But it's also the quality of our service. We should not offer like half-baked cookie. Would anyone of us like half-baked cookie? It will still look like cookie, but it won't be good. So when we are doing service, we should put our heart into it because it is done for the pleasure of the Lord. We should use our best intelligence, best resources, best ingredients, best like fresh ingredients here, because we are not making gardening, but we can use the fresh ingredients, we can use best ingredients because we are offering to the Krishna and to devotees. Not saying not use the cheapest things which are unhealthy or not. Same with if we are doing a program, we think of use all our intelligence because program is like a project. Some projects are 3 days, smaller events. Some may take like a year of advanced planning. Like let's say the people doing sadhu sangha, you think they just start like 2 days before the event. You have to plan so many things and so many. It's not easy to organize, coordinate. It needs a lot of hard work, intelligence, management, details, and so we must do our best in every aspect of service, by age, by quality, by intelligence, and by cooperation. Very, very important. That will please Krishna. Important another thing which is His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj always says in the flower festival, and it's garland. Garland is variety. Imagine just gende ke phool ka garland, all yellow flowers. Will it be nice? It'll be good. But when there is garland, some rose, some, white, some blue, some yellow, some leaves beautifully ornamented, beautifully crafted, different colors, different fragrances, different textures, all beautifully in that hidden sutra, the thread of cooperation. So all those garland, those flowers with different characters, different qualities, different textures, different fragrances combined together in that hidden sutra of loving, devotional, cooperative, loving service to Sri Krishna. And then all those are like devotees in that mala. And when that mala goes on to Krishna, Krishna will be very, very happy. His Holiness Sadhana Swami Maharaj, again, one time, I was hearing some offerings. One devotee was sharing this. Sometime the talking about garland makers here. There are different garland makers in temple because it's an important service. Every day, so many garlands need to be made. Two garland makers had some conflict. And, something happened and the conflict reached Maharaj that these people have a conflict and they are not going well together. They were both nice devotees somehow, but they had and Maharaj said in the Bhagavatam class, if we have that kind of mood, that flower garland is a thorn garland to the deities. It is not a flower garland, but it is a garland of thorns to Radha Gopinath. So we must, again, listen our thoughts while we're talking about garland maker.
Prabhu, can you please summarize the last 3 points in the chat that you said for that chapter? These are the 3 important points from the chapter. I had to attend to something and I missed it. Or I can watch the video later.
The last 3 points.
You said at the summary of the chapter, maybe that's you said.
Like 3 takeaways, yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, if you can share, please. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
Hard to recollect, but I think this chapter, the servant mood, is highlighted here. Is we see the servant mood, the humility of the weaver and Sudama, and we just discussed this very, very important point: cooperation, and what is Sudama asking for? The 3 things. That's also very, very important in this chapter. And the garland example, which we learned.
Yeah.
And finally, this also that how the Lord does not need that we are not doing a great favor to Him. Rather, we are doing a favor to us and to our family. So I really like this point that if someone is just studying Bhagavatam, doing devotional service, they're doing the best for their family. Whether they feel it or not, their family is getting benefited.
Thank you very much.
So next time if your husband, wife, children say, "अरे मेरे लिए क्या किया है?" Say, "Okay, भागवतम पढ़ रहा हूँ ना रोज, माला कर रहा हूँ, आपके लिए भी कर रहा हूँ. I'm chanting for you. I'm reading Bhagavatam for you. This is the best thing, and I'm doing other things. It doesn't mean that okay, I'm not going to cook for you. That's not the point. But this is the best thing we can do." Any last closing comments, thoughts? Anyone? Okay, so this completes chapter 52.
For us and giving time for us to engage in the Bhagavatam every day.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. The next chapter will be 42, not so 42 will continue tomorrow, the breaking of the sacrificial bow, because that was the festival. Kamsa had invited, called them from the Dhanur Yagya, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Kiska dhanush toota hai, to be continued. Grantaraj Bhagavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna, thank you, Hari Bol.
Thank you so much.
Prabhu, Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu